All right. Good morning. Good morning. I wanted to share something with you before I get too far into this day about just being grateful. Be grateful for your life. Don't sit and be jealous of other people. Be grateful for your life. Because sometimes you think that people are doing better than you, when in actuality they may not be. I wanted to share something with you that made me kind of reflect on this and want to share it with you all. I went on yesterday to an engagement party, and the couple was my great niece, and they're the ones getting married. And I just looked at all the younger people coming behind me, and those of us who have aged, and we're now the elders in the family. And I look at their excitement to see one another. And that's the way it should be when you go around your family. And I thought about how blessed I am to live to see a moment like I did on yesterday, to celebrate family like I did on yesterday. We have to be grateful. We get on these apps and we see all of these people and they giving all of this advice about love and life and relationships and all of this. Who's talking about family? Who's talking about family? And everybody's saying this stuff, but are you really living what you're talking about? Are you really living? Are you really treating people in your family like you're coming on this app saying your spouses, your girlfriends, significant others, however you want to term that thing? God always put us in situations, or he allow us to see things. And it's not for us just to take that and consume it and try to live by it. What it is he shows you things as examples of how you can make that relevant in your life and how that you can see through some things. One of the things that I saw on yesterday at this engagement party of my great niece was the fact that people got up to speak and to share words with them before they get married. These were honest people who are older than them, and letting them know marriage is not easy. It is not easy. That's something you have to work on every day, because the real wedding is after the wedding. That's where your love for one another will be proven, because you won't give up on one another at the drop of a hat. I see people get on these different social media outlets, and I'm going to tell you, sometimes with me, this is just personal with me, it's frustrating because you can say all the negative things. What about the positive things? And it just keeps people so divided. And it just shows that, are we ever, and this just me, are we ever going to be grateful? Because the way that you get to being grateful is that, you know what, we came through some things together. We came through some things together in marriages. We came through some things together just as a family. We came through some things together as parents, significant others, or whatever. But these things are wearing people down. It's making it look like that people don't know how to love. How families grow, how units of families grow is through two people coming together, sharing their love. Is it perfect? No. But life is a work. Life is work. So marriage, relationships, they're work. I remember when I lost my late husband, and you know something I learned? It's something I learned. The real funeral was after the funeral. See, the real funeral was after after the funeral. That's when everybody's gone home and it's just you and God. Just you and God. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in marriage. It's the same thing in building relationships. The real relationship that's going to develop between two people in life, you got to take the good with the bad. I used to listen to a gentleman, and I really liked this platform at first, until I unfollowed him. I saw another clip where he was being interviewed by someone. He's always talking this thing about women, how to respect women, and all of this. He gets interviewed, and it comes out how he beat his girlfriend and drug her by a ponytail to the garage in front of their daughter. See, y'all coming on these apps and following what these people saying, because they know how to make it look good and they know how to make it sound good. As a behavioral analyst, and I've done the work, both of my degrees, sit on my wall, and I analyze behaviors, and I analyze what's coming out here on these airwaves. I've learned through life and through studies. You can't just take something and believe what people saying just because a certain person said it. Or, oh, that's what's trending. And I'm telling you how I hurried up and unfollowed that person, because I will not take part in supporting someone who sits there and act as though they really are concerned about the treatment of women, just to later find out that you beat your girlfriend, drug her out to the garage in front of y'all's daughter. You cannot believe everything that people are saying on this app. It's trending. They're getting likes. And everybody's basically keeps saying the same thing over and over. Oh, well, you got to do 1, 2, and 3. Or you got to get away from a person because of 1, 2, and 3. You know, they're just saying all of this stuff. But you don't live in the house with those people. You don't see them people all the time. Stop believing all this stuff these people putting out here, making you think and feel like that's a cool dude. He's really speaking up for women. Really? And be grateful for the life that you have, for the people that's exhibiting behaviors in front of you that's positive. You should be grateful for that. And those relationships that need some work, you pray for them people. You ask God to fix that relationship. That's what you do. As a behavioral analyst, unless I am counseling someone, I am not going to sit there and tell somebody that I got all the answers to life. So sad that we got a lot of people who are doing that, and they have a lot of followers. And what I see is you're not grateful for your life. So guess what? If you're not grateful for the life that you have, how can you be grateful for someone else? How can you? See, we're following after people and don't really know what we're following after. And then you get in this tug of war because some people start judging their relationship with their spouses, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their husbands, their wives, other family. You basing it on what you see on a social media app. I have a book. It's the DSM-4. And a lot of times when I'm looking at behaviors or getting ready to have a conversation with someone, I refer to that a lot. because I am a very strategic person. I don't want to just throw something at somebody just because I'm in one chair and they're in the other. That's part of counseling. You better make sure that you are not trying to guide this person's life, but you are providing them with information that will help them as they move forward in life. You're not here to tell people what to do. I hear that a lot on this app. You shouldn't be with this person. You shouldn't be with that person. And you should leave this person. You should leave that person. And this person is narcissistic. And come on now, people. When life hits you, it hits different. The same information of people telling you trying to tell you what to do, they not even doing what they telling you to do. You know, when you're in college, this is a fact. When you're in college, and you write those research papers. When you write research papers, you have to have at least 10 sources. At least 10. That's why they call it research. You need to be able to support what you are saying. Where are you getting your material from? Or are you just coming on this site because this going to get me some clicks, some views, and my number's going to increase? I don't care if I don't get but 1, 2. I'm thankful for the people. I might have 5 likes, but I'm cool with that. Because one thing I know that I stand solid on is whenever I come, I'm a very strategic person. And I want to give you the best information, not advice. Because signing that code of ethics, let me tell you something. That means something. You can spend years like I have educating myself. And you can do the wrong thing. You can make the wrong step. And you lose it overnight. Everything you worked for in your years of education to earn what you have can be wiped out in a second by making a misstep. And code of ethics is not a joke. This what I do on here. I don't sign anything because this is my own thing. But on my job, I sign a code of ethics. But I carry my ethics everywhere I go. I operate in ethics. I do. But that's just me. I'm not saying everybody got to be like me. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that we need to be cautious what we are putting out here on this social media. We really do. And we need to also be careful who we listening to. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people saying all this stuff and making themselves look like they this big guy or this big woman and they got these answers and rah. But let me tell you something. When that stuff is hitting at their house, it's different. Because it hits different when it's at your house. It hits way different. Be grateful and move vicariously, because here's what this is what I'm also saying. You can start taking advice of people that you don't know, right? And you start following that. You don't know where these people got their research from. Anybody ever, when you're in the comment section, ask them where they're getting this research from? Or are they just going on their own life experiences? Because let me tell you, under code of ethics, they don't care about your life experience. You better know what it says in that DSM-4. You better know that. You better know how to approach sadness. When people are talking about sadness, when people are talking about anxiety, when people are talking about depression, when people are talking about unhealthy relationships, you better know how to approach that. Because you're going to find yourself in a lawsuit when you're under a code of ethics. But you don't have that same binding here online because these people don't have code of ethics. I can say that because I know I don't, not on here. I just practice professionalism no matter where I'm at. what you can and can't do. And I know that if you feed the wrong thing into people, you're going to cause somebody to fall. You are going to hurt somebody for some clicks and some likes. Who are you to be telling somebody what needs to be done? Where is your resources? Where are your resources? Where are you getting this stuff from? And if you pay close attention, you will find that this is something they've experienced, and now they found a way to make money off of it. You have to be so solid in life and so grateful for the life that you have, that it don't matter who you follow. You learn to decipher information. Is that person telling the truth? Is that person really saying something that they really believe? Or are they just talking to get likes and clicks? How many people talk to a counselor and got relevant information? Talk to a therapist and got relevant information. Talk to a psychologist and had relevant information. Because you got to do research. And if you're not doing research, you just talking loud and saying nothing. But you benefit. Oh, they grateful. They grateful for them numbers they getting. So they can get paid from TikTok. These people I look at people got 55,000 people following them, liking this stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling nobody not to follow him. I don't have a right to do that. I'm just saying be conscientious about the information you are taking in. Because you'll start hurting people in your life that really love you and really care about you. And check this out. We all got some flaws. Every last one of them. When a couple, a man and a woman comes together, he brings some stuff to the table and she brings some stuff to the table. And that is to be worked out by those two people, not social media. So you got too many people in your life. If you have one person involved too much, that's one person too many in your relationship. And guess what? That relationship will not last. It won't. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for who you have. You don't need nobody to tell you if someone is mistreating you. You don't need anybody to tell you you need to get out of that. That's another thing. Let it go. Let it go. They telling you to let it go, and they still over there doing whatever they want to do. And they've been in that relationship longer than you've been in your relationship. There we go. Just let it go. Just let it go. How you going to tell me to let it go? You're not in my relationship. You don't know what it's taking to keep this together. You don't know what is misunderstandings that we've had with each other. You don't know nothing about that. Just pray about it and let God handle it and just let it go. And you don't need this person in your life, and you don't need that person. Everybody that's living today that had long-term relationships can definitely tell you all relationships gonna have some ups, some downs, some good, some bad, some differences, some misunderstandings. Every relationship. Why? Because it's two different people coming into that one relationship. Our parents, our grandparents, you know why they stayed together so long? Because they respected their relationship. Was they perfect? No. No. But they knew one thing. What's in this house is in this house. What is in your home is in your home. And now we've got families great grandma, grandma and them, they gone. We're the extension of them. Our kids, our grandkids will be the extension of us. What are you telling them? What are you showing them? Every time somebody gets on to social media and tell you how you should run a relationship, you follow that? Or do you step back and look at the things things have been shared with you through your mother, your father, your grandparents, our elders? See, that's why we can't be grateful. We're trying to compare ourselves to other people. And I am telling you, and I know that y'all know I'm just talking. A lot of what these people are getting out here telling you, they're not even living by it. They are not even living by it. And I heard this out of the mouth of that person that I was following. I mean, just the way he talked about women and stuff like that. Then he gets interviewed and find out all that stuff he said. He don't live by that. But he has thousands of followers. You gotta watch who you following. Because you're going to always be in that seat of ungratefulness. You be grateful for that man or that woman, your family members that's in your life. Because here's my concept. If I can help keep somebody together, I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. Did y'all talk about it? Do y'all have a better understanding? Because a lot of times, something you can be upset about, a day or two later, you even forgot about what you was even mad about. Me and my husband had differences, but our business was our business. But we also realized we're two imperfect people who serve a perfect God. Anytime you get with somebody else, you are two imperfect people coming together in front of a perfect God. I had one of my nephews they're doing wonderful today. They're doing wonderful today. Who came to me one time, just talking. And he said, and he was telling me I did this, I did that, and I don't know how to win my wife back. You know what my response was? You got to go to God. Hey, lectures don't have the answers. You got to go to God. You ask God how to show you how to win her back. You ask God how to direct you in your marriage. You ask God to just touch your heart and show you the best part of her. How to conversate differently. See, sometimes situations are not that bad. It's just outside sources that are telling you that it's horrible. You need to get out of that. How many of y'all can say that y'all have heard someone say that or somebody told you that? You need to just let it go. Maybe God is allowing you to experience that so that both you and that person can become stronger together. And my nephew today, he's a much better husband. He's a much better father. See, people, it can turn around if you go to the right one to turn it around. Telling people don't like people. You ought to just leave him alone. You ought to just leave her alone. You ought to just do that. And they're not even doing what they're telling you to do. You'll feel much better. You'll feel much better when you are controlling your life and not everybody else. Without God We all gonna fail without him. Without, we getting ready for kids to go back to school. And it may seem like, oh, that's off course. No, it's not. We getting ready for kids to go back to school. You know what you got to look for? If you don't have what you need, you got to tap into the different resources. Find out what's in your community that they help with different things and go for that. And go to these places. Sometimes we have to drop our pride. See, you can be grateful for your life because your life may have positioned you to help somebody else. Because everything that comes to you, through you is not for you. That overflow goes to somebody else. I see someone saying that her and her children are homeless and without any food. In your area, there has to be somewhere where they can probably help you on that, with that, available resources. They have crisis centers that will take you in, and your children. They do. They have women crisis centers in every state that will take you in and your children. This is what I'm talking about. People going through things in life. And nobody needs to hear all this stuff all the time about relationships. Pray for people because you don't know where people are in life. And I will pray for this individual. Keeping this person in prayer is so important. My strength and your strength together can be powerful. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. You need me, I need you. We just know each other on this app. And when I say we need one another, prayer. You got to give it all to God. You have to give it all to God. Because there's some things that only reason why God placed us in certain situations is because he can trust us with it. Whatever you going through, God, he's got you going through that situation because he can trust you with it. Because he has saw you in your faithfulness. He saw you when you was going through the hard times and you still trusted him. He saw you when you were going through the good times and you were still trusting him. You never let go of your faith in him. And this is why you cannot sit and be on these apps telling people what you gotta do this and you gotta do that and bullet point and stuff, and you doing none of what you telling people. None of it. And people in the meanwhile are hurting more and more and more. And all they're getting is people giving them advice, but not giving them any available resources. In the state of Texas, there's a lot of resources. There's resources all over the place. But for a woman and children that's going through something, Women's Crisis Center is the priority place that you want to go to. Because people give to these institutions all the time. All the time. And that's the purpose of giving to them. I worked as a legal advocate for 10 years, and I'm telling you, I had to know every available resource within the county. The operations of the shelters. Working with parents of murdered children. You think that job wasn't hard? You think that job wasn't taxing? But it taught me so much. Being on a task force where all you're hearing is trauma. It's all you hear all the time about trauma. And I had to make sure that I had everything that I needed to work with the various groups. And outside of that, going to courts for court hearings with clients. Stuff wasn't easy. Having judicial training, knowing how to function as people, helping people move through the court system. Stuff wasn't easy. So what I'm saying today, I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I really am. That tune in. But that code of ethics is so important. And it's just some things you can do and some things you can't. And when you learn that in your profession and you come out on these apps, you just don't bring anything. You have to conduct yourself accordingly. You have to be strategic. And you have to make sure you've done your research. You got to do your research. Don't just be following people just to follow them. A lot of these people got more going on than you could ever imagine in their lives. Yet they're on here trying to tell you what to do. Be grateful for the people you're around. Be grateful for the people you have access to. Because everything you need, God has put it in somebody that's right there next to you. Yes, He has. Every tool you need to operate in your life, it's on the inside of you. Ask God to ignite those tools on the inside of you. Ask God to do that. So, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Let me see. I have my grandson on. Let me see if I can pull him in. I don't know how to work this invite. But I have my grandson on listening this morning. I was trying to do an invite. I'm not familiar with how to work all of that. But I will say to you, again, be grateful. Understand that God is more powerful than anything that you are facing. Anything that you are facing. God is more powerful. I'm grateful for my family. I am so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for the ups and the downs that we've come through together. And I pray that God even gives us more life together. Together. Because we're better together. We are better together than we'll ever be apart. That's a fact. That is a fact. That we are better together. We just got to learn how to be grateful. And be grateful together. So I'm not going to keep y'all on here any longer. I just wanted to come on here and share this about being grateful. I am so grateful. You should be too. Because remember this. It's nothing too hard for God. Nothing. Any situation in your life, it is not too hard for God. I want to thank all of you for joining me on today. I want to thank my loving grandson for joining me today. And we're going to enjoy the rest of this day. We're going to be grateful the rest of this day and every day. You know why? Because we are worthy of his gratefulness. All right? Y'all take care. Bye-bye.